If Collingwood wins tomorrow's grand final, one of its best-known Hall of Famers, Magpie legend Peter McKenna, will have the privilege of presenting the Premiership Cup to his team. If St Kilda wins, one of its favourite sons, Kevin Cowboy Neal, will be handing the trophy over to his beloved Saints. Cowboy Neal played in St Kilda's only Premiership win in 1966. Peter McKenna, despite his longevity with Collingwood, never played in a winning grand final team. I spoke to both men this week.
It's Peter McKenna from 25 to 30 yards out, shoots for goal, dead-eye dip and straight through it goes.
Goal number 5 to Peter McKenna, there he is. What a great full forward he's been this year.
The phone rang, I was driving along and he just said, "Peter McKenna, Eddie Maguire here. Mate, I'd love you to present the Premiership Cup." And I said, "You're kidding."
McKenna coming in from almost point-blank range to use his drop punt kick again.
It means so much to me to be able to, and I didn't play in a Premiership team, and if I can just be a little part of it and celebrate with the boys out there on the ground, it'd be a big thrill.
Timely taken by Gallagher. There's Byron, and it's the Blue Premiership.
And there's the board with Carlton eventually prevailing. Carlton beating Collingwood.
How much of a disappointment was it that you didn't play in a Premiership team?
Oh, heartbreaking. I haven't ever forgotten 1970 when we were 44 points in front of...
There was a nasty clash there.
Actually, I had severe concussion. I was hit very, very hard just before half-time. My teammate Des Tuddenham ran through me accidentally, and I can't remember anything about half-time, Josephine. But in hindsight, I shouldn't have played the second half.
Tell me about Kevin Neal.
Oh, that brings shudders to me. Kevin Neal was a great player for St Kilda. We had some great battles, and in fact one day he caught up with me at Victoria Park and ran through me, and I dislocated my shoulder. He was about 7.5 stone at the time, ran through me, and I didn't play for about a month.
Goes and Kevin Hall, McKenna, battle McKenna, beats him pointless again.
Beautiful play, McKenna.
Yes, I was known for drop punts and supposedly pretty accurate, but I, like everyone else, had bad days kicking for goal as well. And you lived through the Collingwood years. That name is stuck, and that's why we want to win it this year, the Magpies, and get the monkey off the back, because we haven't won for 20 years. Are you confident about Collingwood's chances? Yeah, I'm very confident. They'll have to bring their best game. Collingwood play as a team. They're very fast, they're young, and they tackle hard. So if they come with that same enthusiasm and skill and desperation that they used against Geelong, I think they'll win. Peter McKenna, good luck on Saturday. Thanks, Josephine.
Over the back of the pack, here's one from Neal. Neal dodges, steadies, left foot snaps the goal.
It's a great honour for me, personally. Probably the highlight of my career in football here, really. And the one thing that really sticks in my mind, and always will, was when we ran around the ground after the game with the cup, Premiership Cup in our hands, and to look at the crowd, and I sort of looked at them and thought, look at all these poor old people that have been following St Kilda for all this time. And they're sitting there crying, you know, and they were old people, I was saying, and they were about the age I am now. So, but they were, and they'd been following the club, some of them for 60 and 70 years, and it was the only premiership they'd ever won. It was, that, you know, still sticks in my mind. I can still see those people. When we first run out onto the ground, I really think I could have run the first couple of laps around the ground, and if I'd have sat down and they had a look at my boots, I don't think it would have had any grass on them, because I think you were about that far above the ground, just floating around. The crowd, the roar and the atmosphere was just unbelievable.
Tell me about your clashes with Collingwood.
They were always a fierce opposition. Didn't matter where or when or why you played them. But again, in those days, and I think it differs a bit now, but we'd be very fierce competitors on the ground, but when the game finished, we'd go in. If we were playing at Moorabbin, they'd come into our rooms after, and we'd have a few beers and a chat, and the same at Victoria Park. You know, a lot of those fellas still remain good mates, but, you know, during the match you would have killed them for nothing.
Goes a nice drop kick, all beauty.
Tell us what you recall about ploughing through Peter McKenna, because he remembers it well.
Yeah, I know a few times I did run into Peter. I'd be chasing him flat out and he'd slow down and I wouldn't. Victoria Park was, if I came when I was playing full-back, they all hated me there, and because I'd give it to Peter a little bit, but I knew I was playing poorly if I came off the ground at half-time and I didn't have to go and have a shower because nobody spat on me. But that's what they used to do, coming up the race at half-time. You get spat on, I'd have to go and have a shower, but I knew I was playing all right then.
There's his kick, bring the ball up towards Neal. He flies too early.
So he said you put him out for a month?
Oh, I may have run into him and hurt him at one stage, but I didn't get reported for any of it, so it must have been just a fair hard bump, I think. This is our lovely museum.
Do you recall what it meant, what 66 meant to the club?
All the members of that 66 side, you know, we're just so proud to be the first members of a premiership side, but we're we're sick and tired of it. It's been too long. We badly want someone to take over, and we've had a few goes at it and haven't been able to. Last year was, you know, that close, but so hopefully we can get it this year and get the weight off the shoulders. It'll be good.
If they win on Saturday and if you present the cup, how will you be feeling?
Oh, I'll probably have to grit my teeth and stop myself from crying. And, you know, that's a bit ordinary for a bloke who's 65, but yeah, but I'll be emotional for sure. I really will.
There's Alan Jeans, the St Kilda coach, being cheered by his players. A magnificent moment, a memorable one for him to coach St Kilda to their first ever premiership.